Hello everyone and welcome to another special episode of Draw with Rob. With me, Rob Biddulph. And there's Ringo with me there. And he's with me now today. He's sitting behind me in my studio. Hopefully he won't make too much noise. Apologies if he does. Speaking of dogs, you might have seen some of my books before, several of which are about dogs, including this one, which is called Odd Dog Out. It's all about a sausage dog who doesn't fit in with the other sausage dogs. I should really be showing you a book about a cat, shouldn't I, given who we are going to be drawing today. But I don't have one to hand, so I'm sorry about that. But I do have a book about a fox that I've written, which is my brand new picture book, and it's, at the time of recording, is not even out yet. So I think actually it won't be out by the time I put this video up, but it is out in October of 2024. It's called I Follow the Fox. It's all about this little chap here who loses this toy whose name is Little Fox. Like, he's in the park and he loses Little Fox, but then one day a real fox appears in the garden, one night I should say, and he decides to follow the fox all across the city, all through the countryside for a reason. Oh, nearly showed you a spoiler yet there. But in the course of following this fox, maybe he will find Little Fox, his toy. Maybe you've seen my chapter books. Here we go. 3 chapter books that I've written. The Peanut Jones series. Let's just move this little, I've got a little wire hanging down here that I don't want you to see. These are the Peanut Jones books. It's a trilogy. It's about this girl here, Peanut Jones, who finds a magic pencil. Whatever she draws with that pencil becomes real. So she draws a door which she walks through, which leads her into the illustrated city. And she has all sorts of adventures in the illustrated city. Can you see these kind of evil eyes here? They belong to somebody called Mr. White, who wants to rid the world of all its creativity. And Peanut is certainly in the first book. Peanut thinks Mr. White might have something to do with her disappeared dad. So it's a super fun story, as you can see. Very, 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 very highly illustrated. So maybe if you haven't read many chapter books, these are the books for you, because there's lots of illustrations in there and nice short chapters. But we are here today to do a little drawing together. And as I said right at the top of this episode, this is a very special episode because this is a Draw with Rob Icons episode. Draw with Rob Icons are the episodes where I show you how to draw very well known characters that I love, mainly characters that I loved when I was smaller, and certainly ones that I loved drawing when I was smaller. And drawing these characters is sort of went a long way towards me becoming an artist. They're big contributing factors in me becoming a children's book illustrator. The fact that I love drawing these characters, and none more so than today's subject, because today we are going to be drawing Garfield. Now, I loved Garfield when I was a little boy. I had so many Garfield comic books, the Garfield Treasury they were called, full of the brilliant cartoon strips by a very, very talented artist and writer called Jim Davis, who invented Garfield and wrote all the Garfield comic strips, and I absolutely love them. I spent hours and hours of my time drawing Garfield. So I thought I would show you all how to draw Garfield today. This is how Draw with Rob works, in case you've never watched one of these videos before. Lots of people say to me they don't think they're very good at drawing, and I say, well, that's nonsense. Everybody can draw. You know, some people just need a little bit of help. Oh, Ringo, what's the matter? You said you weren't going to stop by. Oh, I've seen something in the garden. Excuse me, boys and girls. I'm just going to let Ringo out. Go on then, off you go. Don't bark to come in, though. Don't bark to come in. He's off. He's seen something. He's probably seen a cat like Garfield in the back garden, and he's run off to go and bark at it. Oh well, better that it happened sooner rather than later on in the video, I guess. Where was I? Yes, some people need a bit of help with the order that we do the drawings in, which is where I come in, because we are going to break this drawing of Garfield down into little bite-sized pieces. So I'm going to draw a little shape here, then you can pause the video, copy what I do, start me up again, I'll draw a bit more, then you will draw, then I will draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, blah, 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 blah. By the end, you're going to end up with a picture of Garfield that you're really, really proud of. Now, I should tell you, if yours doesn't look exactly like mine, please don't worry, it's not meant to look exactly like mine. You are going to put a bit of your own personality and your own character into this Garfield drawing, okay? That's the point of art. You put a bit of yourself down on the page. So don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like mine. Mine will not look exactly like the great Jim Davis's. You can rest assured that that will be the case. But we're going to have fun drawing this fabulous, fabulous character. Okay, So, what you're going to need, piece of paper and a pen, right? Maybe some colours, because I'm going to colour my Garfield in later on. So you might want some colouring pencils or felt tips or something later. But if you haven't got any, don't worry. Just shade it in with your pencil. That's absolutely fine. Okay, now Garfield. I always start Garfield with the nose. So what I want you to do, slightly, if you go to the centre of your page and then go up a bit to the left, I want you to draw the nose. And the nose is just a very simple, little, tiny oval, like that. Nice and small. Okay? Now we're going to move on to the eyes. Now the eyes are kind of quite big oval shapes, so we're just going to come down and around. We're just going to brush the side of this oval here, then we're going to go up. They're sort of quite tall and thin, Garfield's eyes. Like that, as I said, like an egg shape, like so. Mine is not very smooth. Not very smooth. I've drawn Garfield hundreds of times, and you can almost guarantee that today's one, and I'm videoing it, I'm going to do a rubbish one. But hey, what did I say? There's no such thing as a rubbish drawing. Rob, listen to what you say. There's no such thing as a rubbish drawing. I always feel slightly more nervous when I'm drawing someone else's characters as opposed to my own. I don't know why. But anyway, let's keep going. Right, we're going to draw the other eye, and that's going to be pretty much exactly the same shape. It's going to be just tucked in, just behind that front one. So we're just going to go up and around, and we're just going to tuck in behind, like so. Okay, next, I think we should draw the mouth. No.
I don't know that.
What is going on? Did you hear that? That was my Alexa. Alexa, be quiet. She is being quiet now. Thank you, Alexa. Again, I've got so many interruptions today. It's unbelievable. Right, so what we're going to do, from the middle of the nose, I want you to come down in a sort of curve. It goes underneath the eyes. Just sort of almost past the eyes, but then just curves up right at the end. Like so. And then we're going to do a little bump on the end of this side of the mouth, like that. It's a kind of signature part of drawing Garfield. And then the other side of the mouth, we're going to come down, we're sort of going to come down in a slightly straight line, like that. And then we're going to curve up and around, much shorter on this side, but we are still going to do that little sort of bump, like that, for Garfield's mouth. The next, I always draw Garfield in exactly the same order. I cannot stop drawing him in this order, because the next thing we're going to do is the cheek. So we're going to do like a curvy line that comes out and goes around that part of the mouth, like that. Just like that. And again, we're just going to do a little extra bump underneath, like so. And then on this side, we're going to do the other cheek, going this way. I'm not going to do a bump on this side though. I don't think we need to. Okay, now I go up to the ears. So we go to the point right in the middle of the two eyes, and we're going to come up, slightly going to the left, and then curve around, go quite close to the top of our page, and then curve around past the eye. Oops, didn't join that up, like that. So it's kind of like a upside down U shape, but sort of wonky that way. And then we're just going to do a little bump that goes back behind the eyes, like that. Let's do the other ear. This one I'm going to come down and around, slightly different angle I think, but pretty much the same. And this time we'll do another line that joins the ear to the front ear, like that. And while we're doing it, why don't we do the back of this ear too? So we're just going to come around like that, and then go back down so it's sort of level with that part of the ear, like so. Now it's time to draw Garfield's sort of the head part of Garfield. So we go from the bottom of the ear, we come out and around, and we're sort of doing a great big sort of semicircle, I guess. Come down and around, and we end up finally about there, so underneath Garfield's mouth, like that. A bit further maybe, and then we're just going to do another one of those little bumps. So we do lots of these little kind of bumpy things when we're drawing Garfield. It's kind of a signature part of the way that Jim Davis, the great Jim Davis, drew this cat. Let's do the other side of the head. So we're going to come down from this ear. We're going to go around here. We're just going to skirt past the cheek, like that, just brushing it. And then we're going to come around here and end up about there. So pretty much right under the nose. Again, we'll try and keep our curve fairly smooth, like that. Pretty good. Not bad, not bad, not a disaster. Right, Garfield's eyes. Now, Garfield, usually his eyes are kind of half shut. He's looking just quite kind of smug, usually. So this is how we do the eyes. First of all, we're going to do like the bottom of the eyelids. And this is easy because we're going to join this cheek up to this cheek. So what we do, we'll do it in two goes. So we're going to do just a slightly curved line that goes from one side of that eye to the other. And then we're just going to do a little bump up and we're just going to carry it on to there. So his eyes are kind of almost closed, but we do the pupils just poking out from the bottom like that, looking straight at us. This one we're going to do right over here on that side. There we go. Look at that expression. Isn't it brilliant? I love Garfield so much. Such a brilliant character. Now we do have quite a lot more detail to add to the, because he's got lots of kind of cat stripes down here, and he's got detail in the ear, and he's got little whisker dots here and there, but we're not going to do that until after we've coloured, because sometimes when you colour over the top of ink it smudges the ink, so we want to add that on top of the colour pencil that I'm going to use a little bit later on, if that makes sense. Right, but we are going to draw the rest of Garfield's body now. So the first thing to do is from about here, so no, actually we're going to go, let's go from about here, in fact. So if you see this cheek, I'm just going to smooth that out. Cheek, if we come down from the cheek and we go right a little bit, we're just going to draw, first of all, we're just going to draw one little curvy line, like that. Okay, then we're going to draw another one that comes out again and stops about there. Okay, then we're going to turn right, sharp right, slightly uphill, and we're going to bend all the way around here, come right down almost to the bottom of our page, keep on going around, and let's go to about here, and then we turn back again and we just finish in there like that. And I've done a little line, another one of those little kind of finishing lines just off there, and that's going to be Garfield's tail. Right, the next thing to do is we are going to draw the foot. So coming out of the middle of the end of the tail, we're going to do a line that comes out and down and then just turns up. Then we're going to draw the first of Garfield's toes. We come down and around and up like so. Then we're going to do another one, another shape that goes down and around and up like so. And then one more, down and around and up, and this time we're going to go back over like that. So we've made kind of 3 toes like so. Let's do another one of those little nodules like that, and now we're going to do his, what do you call it, the kind of like the upper part of his leg, which is almost like a haunch. So this is a fun bit to do, so we're just going to go around and into there like that, and that's going to be part of his back leg. We'll just do a little line going up there just to finish it off. Lots of little finishing marks for our little Garfield. Now, before I do the tummy and the other leg, I'm going to do this arm, his front arm, because we're going to do Garfield holding something in this drawing. So the first thing I want you to do is we're going to go from about here, so level with that little bumpy dent thing that we did earlier. We're just going to draw a curved line that comes around here to about there. Okay, so a small curved line. Then we're going to come down around like that, and we're going to draw Garfield's, these are his fingers, so we can draw another curve that goes up and around there, and then one more that comes around here, and we're going to draw Garfield holding something, so we're just going to draw the upper part of the hand there, and now we're going to draw what Garfield is holding, and it's going to be a little pencil. So we draw kind of points like that, coming out at the bottom. We do a shape like that, which is the bottom part of the pencil, and then we're just going to do like a W shape, like so. And we'll add the lead on, make the lead a bit sharp. There we go. So our Garfield is holding a little pencil. Let's do the thumb, coming around like that from behind the pencil, like so, and then we do the next part of the arm, a bit shorter in there, like that. Guess what? A little nodule in there. Let's do another one here. Why not? Just for luck. A couple of nodules, for want of a better word. Now this arm, I'm just going to thicken it up here a little bit, just to make it a bit thicker. There we go. A little Garfield arm. The next thing to do is this part here, the bottom of his head, we're just going to draw a sort of straight line. Goes perpendicular kind of to the end with a little curve underneath it, like so. And now we're going to draw a great big Garfield's tummy. He's got quite a big round tummy, Garfield, so we're going to come around right out to here, so about the same width as the head goes to. We're going to come right round here, and then we're going to tuck back into the foot, like so. And then we're going to draw the other foot behind here. So this is going to look exactly like this one. So we're going to go out and around and down, another toe and another toe, like so. And that, my friends, is basically our Garfield outline, like that. Now, when I use these nice brush pens, I can go in and I can sort of tweak it a bit, just to get it exactly how I want it to be. I want that cheek to stick out a little bit more. Bit I'm least pleased with, actually, is this hand. Could have done it a little bit bigger, but it's okay. I think so. What do you think? It's probably alright, isn't it? It's alright. Oh, yes, I forgot these bits. He has these funny 3 little hairs that come out of around here. So they sort of come out just to the side of his head. Like that. We do 3 there, and he has another 3 there. It's sort of like whiskers, but sort of near his ears. I don't know why. But there we go. Garfield. What do you think? Pretty good. I'm now going to go into super speed mode to colour in my Garfield. And then when we get, when I come back, I will show you how we are going to add the stripes and add the various details here and there to make our Garfield, just to kind of finish our Garfield off. Okay, so I'll see you back here in about 20 seconds with a fully coloured in Garfield. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so there is my coloured in Garfield. So traditionally, Garfield is orange, as you can see. He has a pink nose and he has kind of yellow chops, those bits kind of above the mouth. But we've still got a fair amount of detail to add to our Garfield drawing, mainly stripes. So let's start doing the stripes. Now I've got my nice brush pin here, which I think is going to be really good for the stripes, because what we need to do, let's start in the inside of the ears. You need to sort of draw the stripes. They start very thin and then they get sort of fatter towards the top. And we're going to do like 4 up here. I think 4. We sort of sticking that one in, just like that. And then however many you can kind of fit in, I'll do 3 here, I think. But they sort of, the key thing is they go from thin to kind of thick, like that. Now we're going to do them going around the side here. Now I think he's got like 5 sort of triangular sets of stripes, and this is how they look. So they're all like brush marks, and they get gradually smaller, like that. So they're like in sort of triangle formation, okay? Do another one, so a thick one, slightly thinner and smaller. As we go to the tip, like that. And they're going to follow the curve of the head around. Like that. And get 2 more in. So nice triangles, and then 1 more right down the bottom here. There we go. Instantly Garfield, right? Now I think we can get 1 in here. Sort of do it as best you can, just in like that, I think. And then we get a couple in here, I reckon. 1 there, squeeze 1 more in, like that. Pretty good. Then we're going to do them down his back as well. He has them down his back, so we do 1 here on that sort of bumpy bit. And see if we can get 3 in, I reckon, here. See, my pencils are sort of a bit waxy, so sometimes the ink doesn't take brilliantly when I'm drawing over the top of coloured pencil. And then there we go, 3 little stripes there. Then he has them on his kind of the haunch here. So we do 1 like that. I think let's get 3 on here. go. One more little one in there. There we are. And then the tail, first of all with the tail, there's sort of like, we do the lines just sort of converging at the end of the tail in a sort of curvy shape like so. And then we can get a couple of the triangles on the top of the tail. And then we do a couple more up here as well. And it really instantly makes Garfield Garfield, doesn't it? Do you see what I mean? Now the very last thing that we need to do, I'm going to take my slightly thinner pen, we need to add 3 little dots for whiskers on each cheek. It's so weird how I know exactly how to draw Garfield. Probably 30, 45 years, or 40 years I should think, after the first time I drew Garfield, and I can still draw him. It's really weird, but I think that's the beauty of drawing, right? As I said at the beginning, I think, of this video, you know, you guys have drawn with me. You know, you've drawn quite a few of my characters. If you're just joining me for the first time because you've done a search online for Garfield, how to draw Garfield, then you won't know that I have recorded about, don't know how many, 150 videos, something like that. If you just look up my channel, my Draw with Rob channel, you'll find 150 odd videos of lots and lots, basically every animal you can think of, and some other things like trains and tractors and all sorts of things I've drawn. But they're really virtually all of them are my own characters. I think Sonic the Hedgehog's on there somewhere as well. But apart from that, they're all kind of my own characters. And I know you guys, they've been viewed millions and millions of times, these videos, and I get sent pictures every single day of my life that you guys have drawn, and I love seeing them. And quite often when I do my live events, and some of you guys come along to meet me at the theatres where I do my shows, and afterwards we do a signing, and you come and meet me, show me your drawings, and you tell me that you can draw them off by heart. You don't need to watch my videos anymore, and I think that happens quite quickly. You know, you might only need to watch a video one time and it just sort of lodges in your head how to draw these characters, and that's what happened with me and Garfield. I think I sort of learned very carefully how to draw him all those years ago, and I just sort of remembered it, and basically it's exactly the way that I've shown you how to draw it today. That's the order I've always drawn Garfield in. So you start with the nose, and then you do the eyes, and then you do the mouth and the cheeks and the ears and all that kind of stuff. And it's strange with drawing, it just kind of goes in and it stays there. So hopefully that will be the case with you, and you guys will be able to draw Garfield now for the rest of your lives, because I've just shown you how to draw him. Hang on, I'm just going to go over that bit there. See, can you see how I constantly tweak and change? And you know, I always say this, but it's hard to know when to stop a drawing. I could just keep tweaking forever. I'm going to stop there though. So there we go, there's Garfield holding his pencil, because he likes drawing too. He's left-handed just like me. Oh, I should tell you, I've done some shadows, so I've used a bit some greens and blues to make shadow, just to make it look like my Garfield is sitting on solid ground. And the way you do that, you just do some scribble around the areas that are touching the ground, and you make that scribble really, really dark right next to the feet, and it'll make it look really kind of convincingly three-dimensional. It's a really good little artist's trick. The final thing I want you to do to your drawing might be the most important thing of all. We need to let everybody know who has created this wonderful work of art. So we need to sign our drawings. So I'm just going to sign Rob. There, with X. There we go. Proudly signed my Garfield drawing. And that's it. That's how you draw Jim Davis's Garfield. And I really, really hope you've enjoyed watching this video and learning how to draw Garfield, because honestly, drawing Garfield has brought me so much pleasure over the years. I hope it's brought some pleasure to you too. Now I want to see your Garfields, okay? So why don't you get your grown-up to take a picture of your drawing and then post it using this hashtag, #DrawWithRob, on social media. That way I'll get to see it, especially if you tag me as well. So look me up on Twitter or X or whatever it's called, or Facebook or Instagram. You'll find me, and make sure you tag me. That way I'll get to see your drawings, because I really, really love to see all of your drawings. What else can I tell you? Oh yes, if you're watching on YouTube, why don't you subscribe to my channel? Just press the little button and turn the alarm on. That way whenever I post a new video, you'll get an alert telling you there's a new video up. Similarly, if you subscribe to my newsletter, here's the address to subscribe to my newsletter. Just sign up, it's totally free, and I promise you I will not spam you, but I will send you an email when a new video comes out, or a new book comes out, or I'm on tour, because I might be coming to a town near you very soon, and then you can come and meet me. You can draw with me live. I'll read you some of my stories, I'll tell you how I became an author and an illustrator, and then afterwards I'll sign your books. So subscribe to my newsletter and you'll get told about that first. Okay, and that's about it, really. As I said, you should really go and check out the Garfield books, particularly the Garfield Treasuries, which are like a kind of, they group together lots, because Garfield appeared as a newspaper cartoon for years and years and years and years and years. It probably still does somewhere in the world. But these books they're called the Treasury. I think they still exist, and they collect all the newspaper cartoons together in one big book, and honestly, so brilliant, so fun. He lives with a guy called John and a dog called Odie, and has all sorts of adventures. His favourite food is lasagna. He's obsessed with lasagna, and he's really quite kind of naughty, really, but very, very funny. So do check out Jim Davis's Garfield book, because he is an absolute genius in my eyes. Right, that's it. I better go. I hope you've had fun. I'm going to be back very soon with another Draw with Rob video. Probably I will be doing some more Draw with Rob icons videos, just like this. So some well-known characters I'll show you how to draw, as well as lots and lots of my own characters too. So until I see you next, keep those pencils sharpened, and I'll be back very soon. Bye everyone. Hello everyone, it's Rob here. I hope you enjoyed your Draw with Rob video. I'm just popping up here again at the end. Got Ringo with me, as you can see. He's having a bit of a nap at the moment. But I just popped up here to tell you about my brand new Draw with Rob activity book. And this is it. It's called Draw with Rob in Space, an out of this world art activity book. And I think you're really going to like this one. So what's inside it? Well, we have lots of puzzles. Like these ones. We have some bits where I've started off the drawing and you guys have to finish the drawing off. I really like this one. It shows the cockpit of a spaceship and you have to add the controls. We have some crafting ideas for you. There's even a card game in there too. And of course, plenty of our usual draw-alongs, like these guys. And of course, once you've done your draw-alongs, you draw them in the little frame that I have made next to the instructions. And then, can you see here, look, the pages, you probably can't see, but the pages are perforated down that side. So once you've done your drawing here, you just tear the page out, stick it up on the fridge, ready to display. And then once you've finished the entire book, once you've been through the whole activity book, you've got a nice certificate. You know, this is to certify that your name is officially a space superstar. So lots and lots of interstellar entertainment for you to keep you occupied when you're not watching a Draw with Rob video. The book is available now from wherever you get your books. Try and support your local bookshop if you can. And if you get it and you enjoy it, please let me know and send me lots of your pictures. I love to see your pictures. Right, that's it. I'm done. You can get on with the rest of your day now. I will see you very soon for another episode of Draw with Rob. Bye everyone.